All right, fellas, welcome back. Let's see, I wanted to jump in here tonight since I was off work today and had time. I want to jump in here and support Wednesday Show and Tell hosted by Link Scale Models. This fella right here. Y'all need to check him out if you haven't. I'm sure you have. Anyway, he's hosting Wednesday Show and Tell, and I don't really never have nothing as far as hobbies. My hobby is drag racing, and yeah, it's hard for me to show any of that. However, I do have a channel that has some of my drag racing videos on it. But anyway, I wanted to jump on here. I just watched a video earlier. He said you could show like an old model car that you'd done or whatever. So I figured I'd jump in, support him on that, and show you what I did when I first, after a 20 plus year break from fooling with model cars. I had been watching quite a few of y'all's channels out there, and I thought, man, I'll just go up in the attic and drag all my stuff down and show a bunch of my old builds and what I've done since I got back into model cars. And hang on a minute, fellas. So I brought down a bunch of that stuff a little at a time, and I think I got it all. I still feel like I'm missing a box up there, but anyway, I was going through boxes, and a long time ago, a friend of mine had given me, he was going to quit modeling, and rather than throw everything away, he just give it to me. And this little Mustang was one of them. On the box, it says 64. They didn't make a 64, they did a 64 and a half. I can't tell the difference in that and a 65, so I'm calling mine a 65. I was born in 65, so this is my rag top 65 Mustang bracket car. It's kind of what I did it up as. But anyway, this thing, he had painted it blue and it had runs all over it. It was, oh man, it was pretty horrible looking. And back then, I didn't know anything about stripping paint. I thought you had to sand it, and I wasn't into that because this thing was a mess. I started watching you guys' channels, and I found out about stripper. Purple Pyre is what I used to strip the blue off of this, and it took about a week and a half or so before I could get all that old blue paint off of it. So I primered him up gray. Y'all have heard me say it a million times. I'm a primer type of feller. But anyway, while it was in the stripper, I would get it out every couple of days, take a toothbrush and brush some of that blue paint off, and I broke the wing glass post right there. I never did fix it. Probably ain't going to neither. It's probably the way it is. I don't have any glass for this. The glass that was in the box had glue prints all over it, and I figured I'd just soon have it without glass as to have glued up glass in it. So anyway, we did all that. We put this little jewel together. Nothing had been put together. I think the motor halves had been glued together, and nothing else had been done other than it was totally ruined with that blue paint. So anyway, we got that cleaned up, and we've been watching y'all's videos, and we thought, well, we'll put this little jewel together while we're sitting here watching you guys' videos. So that's what we did, and this is what we come up with. Let's see here. I try to tell you what I can remember. The rear wheels and tires did not come with the kit. They come out of my parts box. The traction bars underneath did not come with the kit. Parts box. Let's see here. There's a roll cage in there that come out of the parts box. We built us a cage and put in it because this little jewel will run now. She ain't got no glass in it, but little jewel will run. So anyway, fellas, we got that done, and she's a manual shift unit, 4 speed. Uh, we took the bad news decals out of that funny car, Chevy 2, altered wheelbase. We used them on this. So that's what we got. We got our backup lights in back here, and my turn signal lights up here. I lost one of them, so I wasn't just gonna put one in. So we ain't got none up there. We don't care what the people meeting us we don't care if they know which way we're turning or not, because hell, we're always turning off the drag strip. His car ain't licensed for the road. So, so anyway, fellers, like I say, I just wanted to jump in here and show this since I was off work today and had a little time, extra time, and I'll show you what we got here now. My radiator is not glued in. We got us a screaming 289 small block Ford. Doesn't have a radiator hose on it. That's why the radiator ain't in. They had to have her flushed out. Let me show you the bottom while we got it here. Ain't nothing special, fellers. It's pretty much box stock, other than rear wheels and tires out of the parts box and traction bars. She's a leaf spring unit, so she uses traction bars. Let's see here. No, that's about all we got. So anyway, fellers, I want to jump in here and just do something to support Link over at Link Scale Models on his Wednesday show and tell. So anyway, fellers, oh, here, let me show you this before we get out of here. Let's see here. She's a manual shift unit, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can't really. We got a helmet laying in there. Let me see if I can do this and maybe light her up. There you go. She's a manual shift unit, and he's got him a stars and bars helmet hanging on the shifter, waiting to go down for a round. So anyway, fellers, that's what we got. And like I said, I just want to jump in here to at least support Link's deal at least one Wednesday. I've never done this. I always felt bad for not having nothing to do to show, nothing to show on his Wednesday show and tell. So anyway, fellers, that's what we did. That's what we got. And hell, I appreciate you checking us out and watching this. And there goes the phone. So anyway, fellers, y'all have a good one and a safe one. And I hope everybody had a good, safe New Year's. And we'll catch y'all this Friday, fellers. Y'all have a good one.